Hey, good morning. So today we are going to attempt 4 mountains: Mount Avalon, Mount Field, Mount Willey, and finish up on Mount Tom. 3 of them are on the 4,000 footers. Avalon is not. We're going up Avalon Trail. We're going to make this a loop, sort of like a loop, and we're gonna go clockwise. They say go up Avalon. It's steeper and harder on the knees to come down Avalon. So we just left a train station down at Crawford Notch, and we're on our way up. Should be about a 10-mile day, 3,500 feet of elevation. Legs are still sore from the other day, so we'll see if we make it. Kind of got no choice once you get halfway up here. That's the goal. Once you get halfway, then you're good to go. You have no other option. And then, yeah, like I said, it's about 6:30 in the morning. Seems to be my go-to time. I didn't even take the headlamp out. It's in my backpack because I never end up using it when I leave this late. So, well, going up Avalon Trail, and we'll see the views from Mount Avalon. Supposedly that's the one with the best views out of the 4. So far, pretty smooth going up the Avalon. I'll check the mileage in a minute, but it's like 0.8, 0.9. The trail is over on that side of the brook. So I figured I'd come get a video. So just about 0.88 in, and it appears the trail crosses the brook right here. Three little stepping stones, 4 little stepping stones to get across. Still climbing up the Avalon. I think that's the name of the trail. We're getting close to the intersection where I'm gonna take a left to go to Avalon Mountain, and when I come back, I'll be coming from the right. So it's a big clockwise loop. But the steepest part of the trail, I do believe, as soon as I turn off of this trail, as soon as I take a left from the reviews I've seen, they say that's the steepest. So it's right at the top of the hill. I can see the signs. I'll show you the signs when I get up there. So here I'm at the intersection of the Avalon Trail, which is to the left, which is the way I'm going, and the A to Z Trail, which is the right, which is the way I'll be coming back, because I'll be coming back from Mount Tom. So we're going to go to the Avalon, and then I do believe we take the Willey Range Trail after the Avalon. We'll see when we get there. So let's get to Mount Avalon. It's 0.5 it says, and supposedly this is the steepest part. We'll be coming back from this way. And the sun is rising. You can see it up in the trees up there, lighting up those yellow leaves. So this is where we're going. And so, like I said, supposedly it's, according to the reviews, it's the steepest part of the trail, or the roughest part for the knees. So we'll see what it brings. Only one way, that's up. Yeah, I'd say that's getting steep now. I was looking straight ahead with the camera. Somebody was awful nice to put the pink ribbons up the trail. Connect the dots. A lot of rocks. That was the other comment on the review, a lot of rocks. But I think it's about the same as, so far, it's the same as all the other whites. I got you on wide angle here, 1.66 miles in, steady climb. It is definitely a nice rock climb. Oh, and a mouse just ran by. But it is definitely a good rock climb here. We're pretty close to the top of Avalon though. And then I do believe that tall one's Tom. That's the way we're going to be coming down. We'll come down that. That'll be our fourth mountain. But yeah, picking away at it. 1.66 miles. And I think it's 1,200 to 1,300 feet elevation already gained. Up we go. .87 miles, about 1,400 feet of elevation gain. We come to the Y in the road, and it says Mount Avalon Summit, 100 yards uphill this direction. So we're here, we're gonna go check it out. I guess that's mainly the views on the trail. The rest of the summits don't really have views because the trees have grown. So we'll go hit the summit, then we'll come back down and we'll take a left over here toward the Mount Field. So, all right, let's go uphill. Hello, birdie. I have a little friend right here in the tree. So I do believe that's Tom Field, possibly. And then Willey's gonna be the opposite direction behind me. So this is almost at the summit of Avalon. It's just a little pull off to the side here for a view. All right, let's get to the other side. I'll take you with me. another view. I would have put you on a wide angle. Do we go that way or that way? Let's go this way. Oh, I'll go through. I am the only one up here. Directly into the sun. Sorry, guys. Actually, those are the 3 that we're doing over that direction. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, you're looking right into the sun. We missed the sunrise, but we got the little summit to ourselves. Top of Avalon Mountain. It is not a 4,000 footer, but you gotta go past it to get to the other 3. So, figured. And it's the best place for a view on this hike, they said. All right, well, let's get going. We got those, I do believe it's those 3 big ones right there that we got to do, right behind me there. See you on trail. Coming down Avalon Summit. We are now going to take a left back on the Avalon Trail and head to Mount Field. Mount Field is a 4,000 footer. Avalon is not. But the views are from Avalon, they say. So we're going to go to Mount Field, 1 mile. And we're exactly 2 miles into the hike right now. So we have 1 mile to go to Mount Field, it said. Let's do a 360. I'll put you on wide angle. See if we have any views. Nope. All right, let's keep going. I keep waiting to see a moose. I still have it on wide angle here. .89 miles in. I think it's 23 or 2,400 feet of elevation. Approaching the summit, which is up that way. And that's all I have for views. There wasn't even any lookout or anything out here. So, but yeah, it's a nice steady grade. Up, of course, but it's not bad at all. So let's get to the summit. We actually got to summit this mountain twice. We got to go to the summit, and then that is basically the center of a T of a ridge walk. So then we're gonna take a left, go hit the mountain all the way down there. I think that's Willey on the left. Come back to Mount Field, which we're climbing now, and then go all the way back across to the right to Mount Tom. And then we won't come back this way. We will be taking another trail down from Mount Tom that I think it's the ABC trail that will intersect with the Avalon Trail down toward the bottom. All right, so let's get to the top of this one. .9 miles. We just came up the Avalon right there. Here's the Ridge Trail. Let me get the sign in there. So we just came from Mount Avalon and Crawford Notch, and we're right at 3 miles according to my GPS. This is the Ridge Trail that we're going to be taking. It's a Willey Range Trail, it's called. I got you on wide angles. Let me get closer. Willey Range Trail. Now we're going to go to Mount Field, which is to the left. Summit that one, and then we got to keep going past that to I think it's Willey, Mount Willey to the left. Yes. So let's go to Mount Field first, collect that summit, then we'll start trucking over to Willey. Let's hope it's a ridge walk. I hope the whole trail's like this. That's nice. All right, see you at the summit. So that's the summit of Mount Field. Nice little pile of rocks that they made. But if we turn, it looks like there might be a lookout after all. Look at this. So we do have a view. Look at that. And you are not on wide angle. That right there is the Mount Washington Resort. that white building there. And let me look to the right. Mount Washington is up there. So that's Mount Washington there. Here, let's try this. There we go. That's Mount Washington. Scroll this way, nice and slow. And you look down the bottom there. That is the Mount Washington Resort at the foothills of Mount Washington. And the sky just goes on forever. You can see all those clouds over there. They look like it's a lake or an ocean. But those are all low-hanging clouds in the valleys. And back to Washington. Over there. I'll tell you, the more you hike these, the more you learn about the mountains. You remember where they are. All right, that's your view from Mount Field. There you go. That's your view from Mount Field. You got the Washington Resort. Is that white building behind my head. Mount Washington is behind that tree right there. It's not a bad view. Colors are starting, actually they're almost past their prime up this end. A lot of the trees that I saw were bare coming up. So we're done here. Let's go on to Mount Willey, which is going to be down the trail, which is that way, I do believe. Like I said, not that crazy of a summit, but it does have a good view, lookout point. So, head to the next one. We got to come back this way also. Like I said, this part is an out and back. I think it's a mile each direction. Here's a nice little view going to Mount Willey. This is a trail going down, but a nice little view in there. .7 miles in. What was it? I forgot what you call it. Anyways, 3.7 miles in roughly. We're on the way to the third mountain, Willey. It's really actually a nice walk from Mount Field. If you consider walking on rocks nice, but it's gradual. Not too much mud. Walking into the sun the entire way. I think it's roughly 9 a.m. in the morning. So 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, I'd say, in. And not bad at all. At this rate, I should be out of here, or at least at my last mountain, which is behind me. And my goal was 1 o'clock. I think I'm definitely gonna beat my goal, unless I definitely underestimated something. But if it's roughly 9 o'clock now and I'm already on my third summit, I just got to backtrack to go back to and hit Mount Tom, and then it's out. So halfway, roughly. A little less than halfway mileage wise, I should say. Elevation wise though, most of the elevation is done. I think I'm at 2,700 elevation gain, and it's 3,600 complete, 3,700 roughly. All right, so I gotta concentrate. I gotta go downhill here. So I'll see you at the summit. So it's 9:48, approaching the summit of Mount Willey. Third summit of the day, second 4,000 footer of the day. Right in the sun, so I'm not sure what you can see, but it's this chunk of rock right here, I do believe. That's what the GPS is showing. Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going up. Follow it to the top. There it is. There it is. Mount Willey. There's another 4,000 footer for me. All right, I'm gonna sit down, drink some water. There's no views at all. It's a treed summit, but it's a great place to sit down and drink some water. So it's 10 o'clock. I just had my first actual sit-down water break at the summit of Mount Willey, my third one of the day. Avalon, Field, now Willey. Now I got to go back to Field, cross over Field, and onto Mount Tom. So I will see you on the way. So as soon as you leave Mount Willey summit, this was behind me coming up. So there are benefits of going back down the same way you came up, because when you're hiking up, you really don't look behind you. And this was behind me. Look at the colors. Still a little hazy from the smoke. I assume that's the Canadian wildfire smoke still lingering. But you can see some of the colors. All right, it's 10 o'clock. Let's get going. So we are 5.11 miles into the hike. And I think it was 10:26, if I remember correctly, at the clock. And we are about halfway back to Mount Field from Mount Willey. And it's going good. Good timing, good speed. It's out in the sun, it's getting nice and warm. It's supposed to be like 80 degrees up here today. So, enjoying it. Easy trails. Especially up here. This section, nice and easy. Let's hope it stays this way all the way to Mount Tom. Kind of doubt it though. But we are over 2,800 feet in elevation gain already for the hike. And I do believe that means we only have maybe 500 to 800 left, if I remember correctly. I thought it was anywhere from 32 to 3,700 feet in gain. So we'll find out at the end. But yeah, just watching the roots, make sure I don't step on them. There's a couple rocky sections coming up. I went down that I know I'm gonna be struggling because they're straight up, but not bad. They're not long. 90% of the climb is already done getting up to this point, so no real views. Let me stop right here for a second. I'll show you. A whole bunch of little baby trees, though. They're gonna take over for all these old standing timber. Still no moose, and I thought I saw one gray jay bird, but she flew away. She didn't come to say hi. Fingers are crossed on the moose, though. You never know. Haven't seen, well, no, I did see one last year on isolation, but didn't get a good look at it. I'd like to meet one right on the trail. Close encounter. All right, let's get some mileage going. That's Mount Field. That's where we're headed. That's the middle mountain that we already did that we're going back to. So we're headed back that way, and then we're going to keep on going to find Mount Tom. But here's a view. Camera's probably focusing on the trees. All right, 5.73 miles, I think it is, into the hike. I am back at the summit of Mount Field, right there. Nice little cairn. Not really, it's just a pile of rocks. No effort went into building that. But anyways, now we are going to go back down that way over to Mount Tom. But before, let's go compare views from this morning to now. And look at the color. Much better. And you are not on wide angle. That's Mount Washington Resort again. Turn to the right, and that tall one right there is Mount Washington again. So colors are popping. There you go. So away we go. Still see the moon, and I am still the only one on the trail. It's probably close to 11 o'clock. I'm not even sure what time it is, but I haven't seen anybody else on the trail yet. Where's the moon? Can you see it? It's up there somewhere. All right, down we go. (10:57 a.m. and we are 5.8 miles. We are at the intersection where we came from. We came from Avalon, and we are going to take Willey Range Trail over to the A to Z, over toward the A to Z trail, but then we take the Mount Tom Spur to get to Mount Tom. So we're gonna go this way. 3 down, 1 to go. Does anybody know what kind of track that is? That looks like a bear track. Huh. I want to see a moose, not a bear. Huh. All right, well, keep our eyes open for bears. If it was a bear, it's a small one. Or if it's a dog, it's a big one. It didn't look like a dog. Not a bad descent so far. All right, 6.61 miles. Just came down from Mount Field. And I do believe this is going to be, oh, it's not the ABC, it's the A to Z trail. So I'm going to take a right on this trail. I got to get to the Mount Tom Spur, which is just 80 yards uphill. So that's going to be that way. But I will say the walk down here from Mount Field or Field Mountain was very nice. It was 0.9 miles, it says, 2.3 from Mount Willey. But the 0.9 from Mount Field was very nice and gradual, very easy on the knees. So let's see what Mount Tom has for us. That's going to be uphill the rest of the way. All right, went 80 yards. And the A to Z trail, which is the way we're going back home or back to the truck, is that way to Crawford Notch, which is 2.3 miles. But before, we gotta go pick up our 4th summit today and our 3rd on the list for the day. We gotta go up the Mount Tom Spur, and it's 0.6 miles. But it's not gonna get done standing talking here, so let's go get it. Mount Tom, number 4 for the day for the summit. It'd be nice if it was like this the whole way. .11:36, still heading up the Mount Tom link or spur, heading up Mount Tom, and we're getting into the inclines here. Still nothing compared to Avalon, so it's been pretty gradual up to this point, so it's not too bad. So one foot in front of the other. Up we go. So Mount Tom just said, yeah, we're gonna make you work for it. Those are big boulders all the way up. We're close. Turn the corner. There it is. Yep, this is definitely a treed summit. There it is, Mount Tom. Made it. 3 more off the list. What's this way? Let's see if there's a lookout this way. Definitely not that way. What's in here? Nothing, just a circle. Zero views. Sorry, people. Zero views. Oh, this trail is tight. Oh. Okay, let's go back to the summit. Sit down, drink some water. And then we got over 3 miles to get out of here. All right, so we're out of here. That's 3 off the list for today. I'm still at Mount Tom. I just finished drinking my electrolytes, my Gatorade electrolytes, and my water. So I have about a 3 to 3.2 mile trek out of here. We're gonna go back down the same way, down Mount Tom Spur, I do believe it's called. And then we are going to connect with the A to Z trail, and then the A to Z trail, and then we got to jump on another trail right there. I forgot the name of it. I'll show you the intersection again when we get there. But this is going to be it for definitely today. We'll see if I got any more in me to get more done tomorrow or the next day. We got to keep an eye on the weather. All right, well, see you on the way down. Going down Mount Tom. Look at all this nice dark green moss. It's like a moss carpet everywhere. I don't know if I even noticed it on the way up. Very green. Look at that, it's like a carpet everywhere. You may not have leaves on these types of trees, but look at how green everything is. All right, it's 12:19, 7.74 miles down from Mount Tom. Right there, it was a very easy descent. That was probably the easiest one yet. So now we have to go back to Crawford Notch. It says 2.3 miles to the left. So we're gonna go that way. A to Z trail. Making really good timing so far coming down. Making really good timing on this whole hike actually. But we still have 2.3 miles. or more, because we're always wrong. So let's not jinx ourselves yet. .02 miles coming down the A to Z trail, and you come across, let me get down here, a brook. Very nice one. So this would be a view. I would consider this a view. And it goes all the way down. And then the trail goes that way. Put you on wide angle. All right, let's try crossing this thing without falling in. Nice and easy. And let's continue on the way out. Look at this tree. Still on the A to Z trail. Going down. I just think that's cool. It grew right over the rock. It's like fingers holding onto the rock. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's a lot bigger than you think. That's probably 3.5 feet wide right there, diameter. Okay, let's keep going down. Got to get the views when you can. And if you miss it this year, next year is not promised. Always try to do what you can now. This A to Z trail meets up with the Avalon Trail, the first trail we came in on. So once that intersection comes in, we take a left on that, and that takes us onto the parking lot. .62 miles in, and we meet the A to Z trail, comes in with the Avalon. So we went up that way, and we just came from Mount Tom that way. So this says 1.3 miles to Crawford Notch. Crawford Notch is the train station where my truck is parked. I have still not seen anybody on this trail the entire way. But I have a feeling down there is going to be packed because of all the foliage. It's like one of the go-to places for foliage. This side doesn't have any views for the foliage, so most people are hiking for views, not for summits. I'm hiking for summits. I got my views from the ridge the other day and last year. Last year I hiked the other side of Crawford Notch here, and it was absolutely on fire. It was wild colors. Let's see if we got some foliage. There, some reds and yellows. So we're not left out of the foliage. But I was more trying to get these 3 peaks so I could take them off my list. All right, so now we're gonna blast down this 1.3 miles of ankle twisting grade. So I'll let you know if I see anything. I doubt it though. .9 miles into my day, and I finally saw some people. There was a young couple with a, looked like a 2-year-old going up, and then I just passed another couple, all within a 500 yards of each other. So this is nice and flat, so I'm just cruising through this. Not much, there's absolutely nothing to video on this. Plus anything of views I videoed on the way up. So I'm just cranking out the mileage here, trying to get down. We are back at the beginning at the train station, and there is a train in the way. This train goes through the gorge, or Crawford Notch, whatever. It goes through all the foliage. Never been on it, but we gotta go around it. All right, so we're back at the truck, and when I left here at 6:30 this morning, there was nobody here. So here, let me, got the train here, got the buses here. You got people everywhere, all the way around. That's why I hike at 6:30 in the morning. None of these people are here. All right, well, we're done. See you on the next hike.